Whether a person is a gymnast or workout enthusiast, they can take their craft very seriously. Unfortunately, there are times where funny or embarrassing things happen in the gym that cannot be helped. Here are some of the most embarrassing and funniest gym moments caught on tape. Which one do you like the best? 7 years bad luck. This weightlifter is holding a really heavy weight over his head. After dropping it, he walks away, not realizing that the weight is still rolling. It rolls right into the mirror, which isn't secured to the wall, and the mirror falls and shatters. Does this mean that he'll have 7 years of bad luck? Showing off. This musclehead wanted to show off his strength to the people in his neighborhood. What better way to do this than to lift weights from inside your car, coming out of the sunroof? Fortunately, he decided to let someone else drive. Things would have been worse if he had been driving himself. You can do a split, we get it. This musclehead wanted to show off his flexibility by doing yard work while doing a split. He uses a leaf blower, a rake, and many other landscaping tools. When he uses the lawnmower while doing a split, it takes off without him. Hopefully, it doesn't take him too long to get out of that position because that lawnmower was moving pretty fast. Too heavy. This weightlifter tries to lift something too high over his head, only to drop it behind him. He just walks away as if nothing happened, leaving the weight rolling in front of the camera. What do you call that? The guy in this video has no idea that people are filming him while he attempts to do push-ups. He isn't doing them right at all, leaving those holding the camera to wonder if he's a porn star, practicing his technique. Cheerleading fail. In this clip, the guy is supposed to get the girl up in his hands and then twist her. The first attempt goes off without a hitch. Unfortunately, the second attempt didn't go so well. He ends up dropping her on the floor and then goes down along with her. They might need a bit more practice before the next competition. Not so close. During these dunking drills, the team was supposed to jump on the board and dunk the ball. They were going a bit too close together, and the player in white runs right into the board that had not hit the ground yet after the player in front of him took his shot. That had to hurt. An Olympic hopeful? This guy sees a horizontal metal pipe and decided to see if he has what it takes to be an Olympic gymnast. It seems like a good idea, except for the fact that the pipe isn't strong enough to hold his weight. After just a few seconds on the bar, the whole thing collapses, and he ended up on the ground. Maybe he should look into a different sport. Where's my spotter? This clip proves that you should never try lifting weights without a spotter. After realizing that the weight was too heavy for him to get back up to the bar, the weightlifter begins to struggle. It takes him a few seconds to get the weight away from his neck, then into a sitting position. This could have gone a lot worse, proving that you need to use the buddy system while working out in the gym. Woman's work. This man tried to lift a weight that's a bit too much for him to handle. After getting it back up on the bar just once, he struggles. He can only get one side up, so he got off the bench to try to get the weight back up on the bar from a standing position. He still can't do it, so a woman steps in. Not only does she get it back on the bar for him, but she starts to lecture him about weight bench safety. That had to be embarrassing. What is he doing? There's so much wrong with the guy in this clip that it's hard to even know where to start. First, who wears a hard hat to the gym? Second, what is he doing with that machine? He clearly doesn't know how to use it or what it's used for. Some people should really work with a trainer in the gym. An epic pole trick fail. The girl in this clip is taking a pole dancing class. She manages to get up on the pole the right way, but then she gets stuck. She tries to use the moves that she was taught to get off the pole, but she ends up slamming her head against it. She may need a few more classes before going pro. It's not gonna happen. The point of weightlifting is to get the weight off the bar, extend your arms up, reaching the bar, and bringing the weights back down. The guy in this clip tries to lift the amount of weight that he clearly couldn't handle. He barely lifts the weight an inch off the bar, and people keep helping him. Why isn't someone suggesting that he just uses less weight? Get off my girl. There are two funny parts in this clip. First, it appears that this guy doesn't realize that he has chalk all over his face. When he sees a woman lifting weights, he gets really close behind her. Her boyfriend, who is also in the gym, didn't appreciate what he was doing. As the boyfriend went to stop the man, he got pushed to the ground. Some people don't understand the concept of boundaries and respecting someone's personal space. Imbalance. When lifting weights, you always want the barbell to be balanced. Someone should have mentioned that to this guy, because when he tries to get the weight back up to the bar, the weights aren't balanced and one side falls off. To keep from getting hurt, the weightlifter drops the other side, causing the weights to crash on the floor. Working his neck. Judging by the workout this man is doing, he wants really strong neck muscles. Clearly, he is using the machine the wrong way. He might be better off hiring a trainer, because this exercise can lead to a serious neck injury. Show off. This guy puts two-hand weights standing up side by side. To show off for his fellow muscleheads, he jumps up onto them, putting one foot on each. He pulls it off the first time, but should have quit while he was ahead. His feet don't land right the second time, and he goes crashing down. Who's doing the work? The job of a trainer is to make sure that weightlifters are using the proper technique and that they don't get hurt. This trainer got a bit too involved in his work and did the lifting for the woman. She's not getting too much out of this workout, but at least he is. Another broken mirror. This bodybuilder was trying to get this heavy weight over his head and does it successfully. Unfortunately, he let the weights drop and they roll right into the mirror. Since the mirror is fastened to the wall, it comes crashing down. He's another guy who has 7 years of bad luck to look forward to. All he had to say was, "Yep, it happened." Is he doing this right? At first, it looks like this guy knows what he's doing. After watching the clip for a second, you can see that he really doesn't get the purpose of this machine. This isn't something that you do lying down, and you aren't supposed to rely on the weights to bring you back up. Isn't there a trainer around to give this guy a hand? Poor landing. When this guy gets up on the bar, he seems to really know what he's doing. He pulls off the first couple moves excellently, but his dismount could use some work. It's almost as if he forgets that there's gravity on Earth, and just decides to drop on the floor. This had to hurt. That's not a push-up. This kid's father wants to shoot a video of him doing a one-handed push-up. The boy seems up to the challenge and gets down on the floor. He goes down on one hand, but goes too far and ends up smacking his face on the floor. That's technically not how a one-handed push-up is done. At least his dad thought it was funny. Balance beam fail. This girl seems to know what she's doing on the balance beam. She pulls off 2 great flips, only to fall on the third. When you look at the way she fell, she should be thankful that she isn't a guy. This would have been a lot more painful. Gas. The guy in this video is ready to lift weights with his spotter nearby. The weights were too heavy for the man, and the bar goes right down to his neck. At the same time, he passes gas, leaving everyone laughing hysterically while the bar is still on the weightlifter's neck. The spotter finally helps him get the weight back to the bar and falls down with laughter. He missed. This man was trying to jump to one bar, then the bar behind it. He got to the first bar just fine, but missed the second bar, falling to the ground. He's going to need a little bit more practice. Always check your equipment. Before lifting weights, you need to make sure that they are correctly clipped. This includes hand weights. This guy didn't take the time to check his, and as he lifts the hand weight up, it falls off and crashes onto his head. He seems to be a bit stunned at first, but he should be alright.
Subscribe for more.